Cool, so today we're doing this interview with girls, just asking them how they normally get kind of attention from guys, so like in what kind of avenue, so whether it's online or in real life. We're asking them, you know, how they kind of meet guys or how guys kind of hit on them, I guess, in the modern day. So it'd be interesting to kind of see what they say, because obviously we've got this idea, you know, coming from like a day game background, where like, you know, they probably receive hundreds and hundreds of DMs on Instagram. You know, every swipe on Tinder is a match. So we'll see if that's kind of the case, I guess, just to see like what they say. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it from a female perspective, because obviously from guys' point of view, online can be difficult, but from a woman's kind of side, you know, point of view, it's going to be, yeah, obviously they get so many matches online with Tinder. So we're just going to see what kind of answers we get today, what they prefer.
Okay, so for you, how much like male attention would you say you get like online? So that can be stuff like Instagram, Tinder, dating apps, whatever.
Yeah, I would say on Instagram, I'm mostly active on Instagram, so most likes would come from men in general. Comments as well. And I don't know about the intention. These are like friends and people I went to uni with.
What about like not friends, just random people? Do you ever get that?
It would be like friends of my friends.
Okay.
We don't really know each other, but otherwise they won't be in my Instagram in the first place if I don't know them well enough.
Do you get like random DMs of random guys?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, I do. On Facebook especially, yeah. I got Facebook invites, DMs, let's connect, where do you live, stuff like that.
Okay,
yeah.
how many would you say, like roughly, like on a weekly or daily basis?
I would say on Facebook, like around 10 invites.
A day?
Just from men.
A day?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And
That's crazy.
And I just said that to my boyfriend the other day. I was like, how come I never get invites from women at all? It would be cool
but
to
so like when you say invite, is that like invite, like a Facebook invite? Or
yes.
is okay,
Facebook
cool.
invite. Some of them would also send a GM.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that because they would go to a spam folder. And one day just opened it by coincidence, and I found a lot of DMs from men. It was really interesting to go through some of them.
I mean, do you have Instagram, right?
I do have Instagram.
Yeah, so how much, I mean, how many do you get like random guys messaging you on Instagram? What do you say often?
Daily. Yeah, I'd say a few times a day.
A few times a day?
Yeah.
And they just come into in your DMs, yeah?
I would say it's usually, if I post a story, then they'll like it. Some people will say, hey, hi. And a lot of the time it's the same people over and over again until you say hello back.
Oh, right, fair enough. So, yeah, I mean, do you enjoy the kind of like, I don't know, on a weekly basis, how many DMs do you think you get from random guys? And
I clear my inbox on Friday and I get about 99 a week.
99 a week, okay.
Yeah.
And would you say you enjoy this attention or you don't really like it?
Absolutely, otherwise I wouldn't have Instagram.
Okay, so you like the attention, okay.
What I want to ask you guys is, first of all, like how much male attention do you normally get, like on average? And you can be completely honest, like if it's a lot or a little bit, whatever.
I'd say like overtly it's decreased pretty coincidentally since the Me Too movement. With guys our age, it's definitely decreased overtly. However, with like older men, like sometimes like in their 60s, like people that could be over your dad's age, like they'll just be really inappropriate and be really overtly flirtatious. Like they don't really have much respect for, you know, to just kind of like leave us alone. Whereas I feel like since like with the generation on like social media and stuff, like men have been more like educated about how much our personal like privacy means to us, and I feel like there's definitely been like, you know, I've seen more like respect, like they don't really bother you as much.
Okay, so that the younger generation of like your age and below, basically.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, what do you think?
I agree. I feel like it's usually the older men that show over attention and they catcall and they make it really awkward for us. I don't get it so much with younger guys, but in terms of how much attention I get, I think if I ever go out and I'm like, you know, sort of proper going on a night out and like I made effort into my appearance, I usually get it. But sometimes it's not so that, it's more like people will just look and say, hey, you know.
Do you have Instagram?
Instagram as well, but I feel like on Instagram it's more controlled.
Yeah.
My profile is private and I know who's looking at my pictures and stories. Whereas Facebook, I feel like it's a different word. I'm not on Tinder, so I can't really...
So like on Instagram, do you get like random DMs of guys?
Sometimes, but not as often as on Facebook.
Okay, and that's probably because you're on private on Instagram.
Exactly,
yeah. Okay.
And I have only a few followers.
It's like DM sliding into your DMs, random.
Yeah.
In a week, I mean, one or two. I think it's simply because it's private, and I think that's also the point why it became private. And it's like weird just to simply curate those people.
Oh right, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So do you kind of, would you say you enjoy the attention or not?
Not really. Those people are like, I don't know you. I don't like that like stranger hitting up. That's random.
Yeah. No, me personally, no, because it's a bit too random. Like it's too demographic that everything's just too random. So no.
Okay, fair enough. And like, how would you prefer to meet guys usually? Like, do you kind of use the online? Are you using the dating apps?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a must-do in modern days, even though I prefer, like, ideally in real life, if we can just, like, meet in a more, like, I don't know, natural
way,
or like introduced by friends, but I guess we'll have to go on dating.
Why do you think you have to now? Do you think guys, do you not get approached in real life much?
I think it's also because the fact that we're living in London, like it's huge, it's a huge city, people come and go, so it's a bit hard, especially after COVID as well. Like we don't really get to meet people face to face that much.
So like in real life you get much more, would you say?
I think it's worse than like obviously in London, like it's quite a big city, but yeah, quite a bit.
Okay, so like what we're kind of talking about, is it like the random cat calls or like wolf whistling, or is it more like guys coming up to you having a conversation? Or?
It's a lot of people shouting out their like cars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of that and like beeping.
Right. Do you guys have Instagram? Yeah. Do you get like a lot of people like hitting you up on there? Or and random people just like trying to slide in the DMs and that kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty regularly. Yeah. Every day.
Yeah. Do you find it like, do you like it, or do you find it kind of weird, or is it cool, or what do you think about it?
I mean, if it was someone I was interested in, like it's like fine. Like that's never happened. I mean, I guess like some people will find me off an app as well, and like we'll just like slide in.
Say like on Tinder, for example, I don't know if you use it, but like if you ever have used it, was it like really easy to like get matches and meet up?
Yeah, it's quite easy to get matches. I haven't used Tinder, but I've used Hinge before and it can be quite easy.
Yeah.
To, like, yeah.
Okay, and what about you? Have you?
I haven't used any of them. I've been in a relationship for five years almost. So.
Cool.
Yeah, never gone there.
Okay, so like in your case, for example, do you find that because it's so easy, like do you find it like less of value to you because it's just so accessible and just so abundant?
I don't really use it that much. Like I use it, but I'd never end up like going on dates from it or anything like that. I kind of just have it.
So why was that then, do you think? Why would you just not really take it too seriously?
I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong, I'm just...
Yeah, I just feel like I am really bad like at talking to people over message and stuff like that, so I way prefer meeting people like normally in person and stuff like that.
Cool. So like when you prefer to kind of meet guys in real life, would you say, what kind of like places would you say you're meeting them?
Usually it's like friends of friends, or meet them through other people.
Cool.
First, and then yeah.
Okay. And like, would you? Okay, so say for example, like what you said, like just sitting here, and then a guy came up to you just to like chat you up. Would you be open to that, or would you automatically be thinking, no, this is a bit weird?
It is a bit weird, I think. especially in certain settings, like if there's like a big group of us and like a guy just comes up and sits with us, it is a bit strange. Yeah.
Okay, so you would not prefer that?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so let me ask you one more question. So let's say, okay, you would prefer to meet guys like in your friendship group, like a friend of a friend or something. If there wasn't really any guys that you really liked in that little social circle of yours, what would your next best option be, or like how would you like to meet guys? Would you say?
I don't know. I just feel like you always end up meeting other people through people, and that's like just how it's always been. So I don't really know. I've never really had to do it any other way.
Okay,
so,
cool.
And like going to uni, I go to uni in a really small town, so everybody knows everyone. So
I see.
It's kind of like easy there.
Yeah, cool. And one more question. With you and your boyfriend, how did you two meet, if you don't mind me asking?
We lived near each other back home in Scotland. We didn't go to the same school or anything, so it was just kind of through like friends of friends and like parties and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. What would you say you prefer, like overall, as your preferred method of like meeting someone?
It would be cool to meet someone in person. I've been more open to that lately because like the apps are tedious and it's like a lot of like, you know, you have to navigating, going through, swiping. It's like a lot of time, and if you meet someone in person, you can tell right away if you're actually attracted to them.
Cool.
So I'm becoming a lot more open to that actually.
Cool.
And do you get many guys messaging you who are like interested in you, like in a romantic way?
Yeah, exactly. I just received a message today actually, and I just sent it to my friends and make fun of it.
A random guy, yeah?
Yeah, a random guy.
Okay, I mean, and how many messages do you think you get on a weekly basis from random guys messaging you?
At least once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, would you say you enjoy the attention or you don't like it, guys messaging you?
I don't think it's, because it's quite random for me, so I don't think it's any relevant to attraction for some guys. I feel like just randomly pick me, and because I'm very active on social media, that's why I choose me.
So which apps are you using? Is it Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble? Which ones is it?
At one point, to be honest, like I tried all kinds of dating apps, but then I find probably Hinge to be more like subtle and not so aggressive.
Aggressive? What do you mean by that?
Well, like on Tinder, people will be like all over you, but at Hinge, you can actually see people's personality through their answers and prompts. That's like, and usually people are not like straight up just one something casual. I guess Hinge is more just mild, like in my opinion. What about you?
Yeah, I use Bumble and Hinge. Never tried Tinder because there's a lot of like negative stigma around that.
Yes.
So yeah, Hinge and Bumble. Bumble simply because like women have more control over it. So I think even the guys that are on it are more, I don't know, like at least they have like good motivations. It's not like they just want to hook up or whatever.
Do you think that's a bad motivational?
Well, that's not what I'm looking for.
Okay,
so
fair
I'm
enough.
just looking for people that has the same.
Yeah, no, it depends what you're. So, like, how many matches do you get on Hinge? What do you say on like every week?
At one point, I was just purely out of curiosity, I bought this like premium thing on Tinder to see how many matches I got.
Oh yeah,
and it turned out quite crazy. Like a month, I can get like 7,000.
7,000.
People who likes me, like not matches, but like me. But I also.
Do you mean matches or liking you?
Liking me, but but I guess I have a high standard. I've actually manually counted how many times I left swiped, and it was like 300 and.
You counted
4, yeah, because I was so just depressed, like how bad the situation is, and I manually counted. It was more than 300 times that I left swipe people.
What 300 people you liked?
I disliked.
You disliked.
Oh, you disliked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So not many matches, but a lot of likes.
But you said you had 7,000 matches, is that right?
7,000 likes.
Oh, likes. And out of those likes, how many did you like?
Probably only like 10%. I don't even know if it's 10%. Probably less than that.
Fair enough.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and like, was it all kind of similar? Because we had some other girls saying the process is very tedious. They're getting the same messages.
Yeah. It's always like, how are you doing? And then what? And they'll be like, what's your number? And it's like, why would I give you my number without even like talking to me in like 2 sentences?
Yeah. But do you kind of like? Are you on Tinder still now? Do you like the attention? Right?
I deleted it. It's just like too much for me. It's overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what kind of avenue do you prefer? Meeting guys online or like real life? Like what do you prefer?
Real life, definitely. Real life. I think there was a phase where online dating was a thing. Like I used to. I don't know, I tried to find dates on online dating, but there was like one point, and then I've been through that phase, and now it's just about like meeting offline connections.
Okay.
Yes. And there was no good prospect, so we're like, okay, let's meet people offline.
How often would you two say you get approached, like in real life, like on the street? How often do you, like when you're going out of the house?
Well, okay, that's a bit hard to measure, but I don't know.
Do you get approached often? Yeah.
Really depends. Not that often. Like it's not always like if I go out and then there's always someone approaching. But I mean, like as long there's normally someone approaching if I go out on like a night out or going out to bars and clubs. But I mean, like if it's just like a small club, not really. Yeah. I dress up shitty if I go out.
What about you?
I mean, like in London, not so much. I guess, I don't know, because I'm quite used to like American West Coast kind of like small talks and everything. And I feel like people talk to me more in the US than here, like in general. Not many people would approach me.
So like on Instagram, do you get like a lot of DMs from random guys?
I would say yes, but that's just because I'm a dancer, so I post like I post content where like I think guys would naturally pay attention to. So yeah.
Okay, so you get like a lot of guys like hitting you up and commenting on your posts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you like that? And you can be completely honest.
No, to be honest, it's not like what I'm after. It's a bit tricky because when you're like an artist, you naturally want people to see your art. I always value women that comment on my, stuff. But in terms of like guys, not really. But it depends what they say. If they're proper making it flirty and maybe a bit inappropriate, then of course I don't really like it. But if they say a genuinely nice comment, like, oh, well done, or you're a really good dancer, then that's fine.
Cool.
I appreciate it either how.
Like, when you get like DMs from guys, do you appreciate that, or do you not really like it that much? Like, because I assume you get a lot of DMs on Instagram.
I guess I don't really like it because I ignore them anyway.
Right. Do you get much like male attention in real life? So like in real life situations, would you say?
Yes, especially when I travel. In England here I feel like it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I would rarely get approached by a man, but someone would smile at me from a public place or look at me. But when I travel, I would get sometimes some men will come to me and talk to me, but here never.
Okay, so which places do you travel where that happens?
That happens in Italy, I would say.
Okay.
South America.
Yeah.
Because I look like a Latina.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's interesting. But so here you don't really get many guys coming up to you saying hi, trying to get to know you.
I feel like it's more frowned upon here.
Okay.
Yeah, in the culture.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't want to be labeled as sexual harassment or something like that.
What kind of guys actually like DM you on Instagram?
I'd say mostly the inappropriate ones come from old men that are proposing for me to be a sugar baby.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're actually looking for a sugar baby? And
yeah, I've had some say, to be honest, like most of them say, oh, I'll be your sugar daddy if you just talk to me on WhatsApp and like keep me company and stop me from being lonely.
Right.
But like weirdly enough as well, a lot of them already have multiple sugar babies, or they tell me that they've already got multiple sugar babies, and they're like, I'm happy with having one more, and would you like to be my last sugar baby? I'm like, no.
Have you ever actually had a guy in London come up to you to try and like chat you up, like while you're walking on a street or something?
Yes.
Did you think it was weird?
It was in a park actually.
Oh, okay.
No, It was
You're not
nice.
talking about this sushi, this is?
No, actually
Okay.
it was in Finsbury Park in London.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was a sweet guy. He came to me, talked to me. I just said politely, I'm already with someone.
Yeah, but he was cool. He was polite and everything.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Cool. But yeah, that
It was like, what can we be friends?
Oh, okay. Also, do you ever do you currently or like in the past have you used Tinder or any other dating apps?
After my last boyfriend,
Yeah.
when I was single, I did, but I have a boyfriend now, so
Okay.
no.
And did you find it like really easy to get like a lot of matches with guys, or how did you find it?
The girls, like, it's actually crazy because I lived with a lot of guys in my third year of uni, and there was a period of like I think most of us were single, and we were all friends, and like we'd kind of like compare. And I think you came over, you had Tinder as well at some point.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like within like an hour or so, like girls generally it comes up with like 99 plus likes, but like it's not as common with the guys at all.
So like, did you find like when you're swiping, like almost every swipe was like a match or something like that?
Well, no,
I'd say
because
no
like
for
most of them you don't find attractive.
Right.
Yeah, you swipe no for most of them.
So like, how many would you say you swipe yes on Tinder?
Probably
Like on average?
1 in 10 to 15.
Okay.
Or no, maybe more like
Yeah,
1
maybe
in 20.
even 20 or 25. Yeah.
And did you find like of those ones that you did swipe on, your odds were quite decent? Like some of the time they would actually like swipe on you as well, like. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, and one final thing, what do you think about like, for example, if a guy just kind of came up to you, like as you were walking down the street or something?
I think it's... Oh yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think it's really good. I think more people should do that. I think we live in such a like closed off society, you know, and even with like social media, when guys message you, they'll be inappropriate. But I think more guys should message girls that they actually have like good intentions with, but I don't think it's as common. I think it's always like a weird sort of message or a comment. But if there's a girl that you're interested in, I would genuinely urge all guys to just send a really nice message and also do the same in person. Because you just increase your chances, and you know, it might seem weird for some reason, but it really isn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, that's awesome. Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on you approaching girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.